closest areas, and again the French getting Syria, and then a Hashemite under British protectorate getting Iraq, and of course a Hashemite had already gone into what was then the Emirate of the Transjordan, which became in 1946 the Kingdom of the Transjordan, which became in 1948 the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. So you ended up, instead of any kind of United Arab State, you had a Hashemite Kingdom in the Transjordan, a British mandate in Palestine, a French mandate in Syria, a French protectorate in Lebanon, and a British protectorate in Iraq, and a British colony in Kuwait. So the Arabs had much to be aggrieved about, and an Italian colony in Libya, and the French controlling Tunisia, Morocco, Mauritania, and Algeria. So it was, you can see, and Sudan under the control of British-controlled Egypt. So it was, the Arabs had reason to be. We wonder why the Arabs hate us. It's not, no one should be surprised. Anyways, yes. Yeah.
He was a colonel, and he felt so betrayed by his country that he went and took an enlisted rank
in the RAF.
in an area and was up in the north frontier of Afghanistan because he felt so humiliated, and he felt that he had been ineffective with the Arabs, but he was betrayed by his country. And I think he was a great admirer of Maurice Baring too.
Really? Yeah.
He really felt betrayed by his own country, the British, that they set him up, they used him, instrumentalized him.
Bob Higson asked about how we felt, T. Lawrence felt betrayed, but all great powers go to war making promises of milk and honey when the war is ended, and of course they betray them. The Allies in 1814 told the French, if you overthrow Napoleon, we'll give you everything, you're natural, and of course they went back to the frontiers of 1792, and they went back to and paying reparations and so on. So it's always this is normal behavior for a great power. Yes. Any other questions? Yes, Gary. Yeah.
That the Vichy government was less pro-life than the Third Republic.
Oh, no.
I just want to point out that, as far as I know, the Vichy government was the only state in modern time to make abortion a capital offense.
Yeah.
The last woman guillotine in France was executed by the Vichy government in 1943.
Really? No. Gary just makes the point that the Vichy government had made abortion, was the only country that made abortion a capital offense. No, I wasn't trying to imply. I just mentioned that the Third Republic was getting worried about national security and therefore started to take a more Catholic perspective on that. But that wasn't to imply that the Vichy government didn't. I said, Brother Francis always made the point, at least in its initial stages, the Vichy government had a really strong Catholic influence. But if you read the history of Vichy, the Nazis insisted upon weeding the Catholics out. It's such a disgrace when you see all these things about Pius XII and the Holocaust and about supposedly the church collaborated. The Nazis knew who their enemies were. The Nazis weren't stupid. They knew, and every chance they got to diminish Catholic influence, they did, and they pressured Vichy to remove the Catholic cabinet ministers. And Darlan and Laval would try to ingratiate themselves with the Nazis by telling anti-clerical jokes, by telling off-color jokes about the Catholic priesthood, because they knew the Nazis were so anti-Catholic. So this is another case where we have this revisionist history. Yes, sister.
Comments on T.E. Lawrence.
Yeah.
I asked Brother Francis the same question, basically the same answer that Ronnie did, but I went a little step further and expressed his sympathy for Lawrence and the situation he was in, and he really thought he was trying hard.
Sister said that Brother Francis had once expressed his sympathy for T.E. Lawrence and thought he was sincere, trying hard, but was betrayed, obviously, by his own government and by Allenby's government, which, of course, was the central thesis of the Hollywood production of Lawrence. Yes, Gary.
Everybody knows Lawrence was killed in a motorcycle accident.
Yes, 1935.
He just went to the post office. That's where he'd been running there. You know what he was doing in the post office?
No.
He had just sent a telegram agreeing to meet Adolf Hitler in Germany. There were a pile of Englishmen who were interested in bringing Lawrence and Hitler together. Lawrence had just agreed to that meeting when he was killed in the accident.
Gary Potter mentioned that he was scheduled to have a meeting with Adolf Hitler, so probably Lawrence's reputation was served by his untimely death. So yeah. Anyways. Yeah. No. But are there any other questions? No. Yes.
The seven pillars of wisdom. Is that written by Lawrence?
I think it was, yes, yeah. Asked if the Seven Pillars of Wisdom was written by Lawrence, yeah.
One of the finest books written in the 20th century.
Thank you all very much. Thank you all.